Hello, everybody. My name is Morris Milchman, and I'm with Rolling Through Consulting. This is my friend Elise Adlin, and she is a great help to me. She's going to help us go through this series of videos, which the series of videos is educational videos for the disabled community in general, all things related to disability, whether it's social or economic or political or life skills. And speaking of life skills, today we're going to be talking about the PCP, or the person centered plan. So without further ado, let's get it on.
So, what is the person-centered plan, Morris?
Well, the person centered plan is a great way for independent facilitators to help individuals figure out what exactly they want within the year. And that's not based on what they can get or what they might be able to achieve. It's directly what are your wants. It's not based on a negative, like, okay, this person can't speak, so we need to put that into our records. It's not about that. It's about who is this person, what makes this person tick, what does this person enjoy, what does this person want to do, where does this person want to have their life go this year.
So, are they like goals or?
I would say loosely based goals. Later on in the IPP, they will become goals, but in the PCP plan, your IF will be just talking to you about your life. Like, hey, what do you enjoy? What kind of music do you like? What do you like to do? What is it that makes you you? So it's sort of like a puzzle. If you think of a puzzle, there are all these pieces that you have to put together to make the picture final. And that's what a PCP is. A PCP is putting all the puzzle pieces in the right place to make a picture of you.
So it's
Instead of,
like getting to know you better.
yes, getting to know, and sometimes you get to know yourself. So the IF, if you have a good IF,
What's an
um,
IF?
independent facilitator,
Okay.
if you have a good IF, then the IF will lead you through your year. And you and your IF have to become, I would say, nearly symbiotic. And the PCP is the first step to getting that goal. When they start learning, when your independent facilitator begins to start learning who you are, that relationship really deepens, and they are able to help you, advocate for you much better, um, because they know who you are.
Got it.
And it's a very personal relationship.
So it's almost like a social worker kind of relationship.
Yes, it is. It's very much like a social worker. They advocate for you. They help you figure out what it is you actually, how to achieve the goals you want to achieve, how to go through. But now we're talking about IFs, not the PCP.
Right. So going back to the person-centered plan, the PCP, who is in that meeting? Who goes to the meeting?
Well, it can start with you and your. I mean, it can be as small as you and your independent facilitator. Um, but I have seen independent facilitators who like to make a party out of it. So I've seen one independent facilitator company that has a pool party, and you invite all your close friends, your parents, your close relatives, your close friends, maybe your teacher if you have a teacher, people that are involved in your life on a regular basis who know you as well as you know yourself.
That's awesome. So they all give input into
Yeah, they all
who you
sort
are.
of, and they can add. In the meetings I've had, I generally do all the talking because I tend to do a lot of talking myself, so there's not much room for anybody else to talk when I'm around. But yeah, so in my personal experience, the one-on-one meeting is fine, but sometimes it's really good to have somebody else's opinion on what it is that you feel you want, you need. Not really need, because need is more of a different thing, but
So, like, if you had a child or like a teenager, you would definitely want the parents there to talk about,
100%, yes, yes.
maybe some more aspects to that child, or if the person who had the meeting wasn't super verbal, needed
Exactly.
assistance, they could have people that are important to them. Is there a limit to how many people you can have?
No, I mean it varies by independent facilitator, but there shouldn't be a limit. No,
Okay. I just imagine like you as an independent facilitator probably want to make sure that the your client is doing most of the talking or that you're making sure you're getting them heard, right? Um,
absolutely. And another thing that's really important is that if you are obviously the independent facilitator will be taking notes, and those notes should not be in the independent facilitator's voice. They should be as much as possible in the voice of the consumer.
okay. So who organizes the meetings?
The independent facilitator or the company in charge.
Okay, cool. And
And
then
of course, the person involved. The person involved has SDP is a very special thing where,
can you remind me what that is again?
yeah, self-determination program.
Self-determination program. And
It's
that's
based on regional center. Regional center used to have what they call traditional, well, they still have traditional services where regional center will set you up with a vendor. They'll set you up with certain things that they can give you. Um, However, when you get into SDP, it's self-determination.
and
So,
that's for independent living, right?
well,
That's separate.
it's for a lot of
Okay.
things.
That'll be in
It
another video, I think.
Yeah, yes, it's to promote independent living.
Got it.
The Lanterman Act is unique to California. It's a we'll talk about that also in another video.
Okay, I don't
It's
want to
it,
deter you.
it's a topic on its own, but the Lanterman Act focuses on the disability community being independent and getting out of group homes and well, don't believe there are any more institutions, but definitely group homes are something that if you can't be out of a group home, then they're fine. But if you're independent enough to live on your own, the Lanterman Act wants you to live on your own.
Right. Yeah.
So SDP is a really good step towards learning what freedom you can have and how to achieve it.
Awesome. All right. I look forward to hearing more about it. So tell me about what these meetings look like. What happens in these meetings?
It starts with, who are your friends? Who are your closest enemies? Oh, no,
Enemies?
not your closest enemies. Not your closest enemies.
Been watching too
Um,
many movies. I saw Superman last night. It's all in my head.
yeah, 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 yeah. I watch too many movies and I play too many video games.
Uh-huh.
Anyway, it's about who are your closest friends? Um, what are your goals? What are you good at, right? Everybody's good at something, and everybody has something they are very good at or they love. Something I love gaming, but I'm horrible at gaming. So, um, if you were to ask me, what are you good at? I probably wouldn't say gaming, but what do you really enjoy? Gaming. It's things like that, and it goes on from there. Just What is it you want to achieve? What is it you do? What is it you enjoy? Do you want to see, like, how's your social life? Do you want to have a better social life? How often do you go outside? Maybe you want to be outside more. Maybe you want to travel, around the country. Maybe you want to
So they
travel
can
around
kind
the city,
so they can kind of help you think through that vision.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, depending on the IF and depending on the company, there is a series of questions that you go through. And I will link a very good video that talks about the PCP process in the video notes. And I mean, it's a very in-depth look in the mirror, facilitated by the independent facilitator.
like a little mini therapy session, right? Like, let's
Yeah,
get down to
yeah,
it. Where are we in our life and where do we
exactly.
want to go? That's,
But
yeah,
it, but it's not a therapy can be a little bit negative sometimes.
this is more of a positive, like,
Yes,
where are we now? Where do we want to get to? I love
yes,
that.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. We're gonna talk about the different types and when they're needed, or the common PCP formats. So there are several. There's strengths and wants. There's concrete action steps to take that you need to take to get to where you need to go. There is the quality process. Like, I mean, if you need to get somewhere, you could take the bus, or we could let you take access, which is much more comfortable. It's not the perfect way to go, but it's a much better way to go than the bus or walking. So, let's we can talk about the quality of the means in which you want to achieve the goals you want to achieve.
Okay. That makes sense.
And the really important thing is two versus four. So you're not speaking to the client, or should I say, the facilitator will not be speaking to you. The facilitator will be speaking for you. Um,
So you're
so
like making action plans, you're developing like paths to get to your goals. I know I do this time of year, I do a lot of like visioning. I have my vision board I'm working on right now for the beginning of the year. Like it's that sort of thing, right? Where you're like putting things together and then
and
trying to
you're
figure
like
out how you're going to get there.
you're an educational teacher. You're an educational what is it?
I work in education, yes.
Yes, yes. You're an
Education.
educational person, so yeah.
Yeah.
So yes, that is it's the PCP is a big vision board, basically. If you can think of it that way. Sort of like, what do you see yourself doing, achieving, living this year? And
Except
every year it changes. And actually, if you want to change it yourself, and you just did it 6 months ago, and something big happened, or you met a girl and you're gonna get married, you can
right.
do your PCP again and put that in there. Um,
Something really cool I saw recently was they called it the becoming board. So you have like your vision and then you have your pieces of becoming. Like these are the things I need to do to become to get to those visions. And it
oh,
sounds
that's
like this
fantastic.
kind of follows that path, right?
I love that. I
Yeah,
want to
isn't
see
that
that
awesome?
myself.
I think that really follows what you're saying in terms of creating this process. And then
Yes.
your IF really creates that with you. I love that.
Yeah, because the goal is to be the best you can be,
Cool.
right?
Is there anything else you wanted to add? I think this, you really
No,
explained a lot.
I think we're good. I think we've achieved the goal of the first educational course today,
All right. Well, I think that
and a lot
explains
of
a
stuff in
lot.
the middle.
If anybody has any questions, put them in the comments. Um,
And don't forget to like and subscribe.
yes, like and subscribe. Much more coming.
See you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.